Hi, hello, welcome to the Two for One podcast where you have two hosts on the same podcast. I'm your host, Omar. Welcome with my fellow host here, Hunter. Hunter, say hi.
Hello, what's up?
And yeah, we have started a podcast where we just talk about random stuff and topics that y'all give us from our Snapchat or Instagram. So if you have any topics that you want us to discuss, message us on anything. So yeah, do you have anything in mind, Hunter, to talk about? Any topics in general? That's like any world problems, any world causes. You're like,
Um,
wow, you should really talk about that one over that
the
one. You know what I
Taliban.
mean?
Let's talk about the Taliban.
Oh shit.
Actually, wait. Do you keep up with
That's very
military
deep.
news?
No,
Okay, well,
I'm
there's
not
a
very big into
there's
that.
a lieutenant colonel in the Marine Corps, right? And
Uh-huh.
he's trying to hold higher leadership accountable.
Yeah.
It's been going on for a few weeks now, and he's suing the commandant of the Marine Corps and the general of the Marine Corps right now, currently.
Really?
Yeah, I
It's
don't think
kind of
that's gonna go
insane.
over well because like the military justice system is kind of very flawed because in order to charge someone, right,
Uh-huh.
you have to have like a high like you have to have their boss's signature
Uh-huh.
if you're gonna charge them or something. I'm not
Yep.
like completely familiar with it because I'm not like a jag or anything, but
Yeah, yeah.
basically he can't get charged because he has to sign the paper to charge himself.
So basically, he's
So
suing just to sue.
he's basically just. I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to prove that the justice system is flawed. Maybe I don't know.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
get you. He's trying to make a point that the system
yeah,
isn't as
yeah. He's just trying to like
true as it's supposed
expose
to be.
literally everything. But
It's very. I'll really know how to say to that.
yeah,
I want to say it's smart, but at the same time, it's like
yeah. You'd have to
it's
look
kind
into
of
all of it.
wrong.
It's
I
whack.
do have to look into that 'cause that's very interesting now.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've been whenever I was in class yesterday, whenever I finished my design class, I grabbed a MacBook, as like a normal college student would, and you were like, you know what? What's on the news today? And supposedly there's this wildfire in Spain,
Oh
I
yeah, I saw
think.
that. There's
You
also
saw
some in
that? That's
Italy
kind of
not too long
crazy.
ago.
There's a tons of wildfire currently.
Speaking of you
Like,
being in class, Omar,
huh?
as they may or may not know, you graduated last year, or
Yeah,
in the spring, and
hmm,
you were going to be a doctor. Or at least that's what you told
yeah,
everyone. And
I did.
now you're being an artist. So if you want to
Yeah,
explain
I
that to
have
people.
completely fucking tiptoed my way from becoming into the medical field and go from a nurse, maybe a doctor, or being an RN specifically. But I've tiptoed from there. I've chose, you know what? I'll stick with one of my passions that I've done ever since I was a little boy, a little lad, and I stuck with art. So I'm doing design. And you,
And
Hunter, and you graduated last year, right? I mean, like two
no,
years ago,
2 years
technically.
ago. Yep.
Technically 2 years ago. Graduated 2 years ago. You went to college. You
Yeah. Then
personally
I
didn't like
dropped
it,
out.
right? You personally didn't
Yeah, but
like it.
I was forced to go, and then
And now
yeah,
where are you heading now, Hunter? Besides that,
I'm joining the military
what's
in like 3 months, 4 months.
geez, that's very close. 3 months doesn't seem. I mean,
It was
it
supposed
seems
to be
like a
four
long
months
time.
ago. It was supposed to be 4 months ago. Just saying.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, it's probably for a reason, Hunter. So you better off patient while we still have you around.
Yeah.
So yeah, seems like that's a little bit of everything. That's
Yeah.
kind of crazy
And
to think
you're
about.
selling your artwork, right?
I am selling my artwork. I
You
sell
wanna tag
artworks.
that?
I will. Y'all can message me on my Instagram, which is Omar underscore Alonso Alonso 75. That is my Instagram. Y'all can just add me or follow me and message me if you have any specific artwork y'all want to get made, like anime to just any type, from animals and stuff like that. You just kind of want to have as like a as like a reference and like, oh wow, that's pretty neat. Just hit me up. I draw mostly anything, so that's what I've been doing in my pastime besides going to classes, doing art and selling my stuff. So that's pretty cool, right, Hunter?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Pretty insane there.
I mean, it kind of shocked me and the rest of us whenever you said that you were not going to be a doctor anymore. was like, what?
Yeah, it shocked my parents too, dude. I won't lie to you there. They were kind of at first they were kind of like, "What the fuck? What do you mean you're not gonna be you're not gonna go into the medical field?" I was like, "Yeah, I would rather go, do my passion." My
Man,
parents didn't know that
that's good.
I mean, my parents knew that I drew and that I did art. I guess they didn't realize that like the stuff that I actually drew, they didn't really like got curious enough to go ask me like, "Hey, like, what are you drawing there and how's it coming out?" So I guess now that I've actually showed them my art, I guess they have a they have mixed emotions over it, pretty much.
Yeah, I feel
So,
it.
but
Well,
I hope it comes out well though.
well, at least you're
Let's see
doing
if I
stuff
can.
unlike some other people in our friend group. Just
Let's see
saying.
if I get lucky enough and become like that one girl that made the Nike swoosh logo. And whenever she made a time on her, okay, this is like a really interesting question, right?
Hmm.
There was a coach, all right. If I remember
Grady's calling
the
me.
story correctly, there was this coach. This coach was wanting logos, and he went up to the graphics design class, and he was like, "Hey, make me a logo." There's one lady, I don't know the name of. She made him, she made him the logo, and which ended up being Nike. The swoosh Nike logo. So then in the future, whenever Nike blew up, like she got all these she got all this money from the company, and she had royalties of the stuff that they were selling and stuff like that. So she pretty much became rich off of just making a Nike swoosh logo, which is kind of insane to think about. But at the time, you're like, it's just a swoosh logo that he paid like $10 for. So you're like, what
Yeah.
the
I
crap?
feel like it's just like harder to get started and like that. It's kind of like being like
Exactly.
a. It's more of like an entrepreneur kind of thing. Like you gotta really work to get yourself known.
Exactly. But then, but if you like it, I feel like you'll be putting pieces out like crazy.
Yeah.
So
Next Picasso.
that's exactly that's the goal. Become the Hispanic
Yeah,
Picasso.
that's what I was gonna say. Hispanic Picasso. You got any
I'll
funny
be
stories to tell, Omar?
I'll be no yeah funny stories to tell.
Yeah.
Let me think. Let me think. Do
I
I
mean,
have
my
any?
mom texted me the day while I was at
Oh
lunch.
yeah,
Haven't
you
talked to
did
this
too.
woman in at least over a month, and she goes, "You need to get laid." I was just like, "What?"
What the
Yeah,
what?
yeah. I was
Where
like,
did that come from?
for real. And I was like, "Are you drunk?" She goes, "No, I'm at work." And I go, "Okay," but that didn't answer my question. Are you drunk? And she goes, "No, I'm mom." And I was like,
What the
"Okay,
fuck does
mom."
that mean?
And I was like, I don't know. I'm just gonna decide. I was like, okay, mom, I gotta go back to work, so I'll talk to you later. She goes, okay.
She's like,
And then she's like, love you. And I was like, love you too, mom. And then she called me like 8 o'clock at night. Like eight
uh-huh,
hours later, she was drunk out of her mind.
uh-huh.
She's like, I love you, and I was like, I love you too, mom. And she goes, I just wanted to talk to you. I'm like, okay. So I talked to her like 5 minutes.
And you were like, little does she know that all everything she's been saying has been coming to true, right, on her.
I was like, little did she know I
Little
did it last week, but
little does
we're
she
not gonna
know.
tell her.
Little does she know. Holy God.
Yeah, I thought that was funny though. She just randomly texted me. It was like, yeah, you need to get laid, by the way.
Yeah, you're like, oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I got you there. Don't even sweat it, Chief. I swear, I'm trying to think of one, because I like, I do,
Let's talk
hmm,
about the theory of your dad being the cartel. Like,
he's not a cartel then.
but he's in the
I
cartel
don't know why y'all
because
think that.
there's no way your dad can make $300,000 a year building
He does.
bleachers.
Yeah, he's
Bleachers.
he's a contractor.
Who in the world needs bleachers? Who needs that many bleachers? I understand they
Dude, we're in
cost a
Texas,
lot.
dude. We're in Texas. Like
Yeah, but everyone already
everybody
has a
here plays
bleacher
football.
unless they're making new
Everybody
schools.
here plays football.
I'm alright, it's your front business. It's front
We
business.
we we also make shacks. It's kind of funny.
How many
We
times you go
also
to
made like
Mexico a
the
year?
once
Yeah,
maybe
that's gonna make sure everyone's in
if
line.
we're able
Make
to.
sure the trafficking is going well.
That's not that's not the point.
How many
What
sicarios
the
you have?
fuck? Why are you asking, Hunter?
See,
Hunter,
see,
that's not the reasoning to it.
see.
You're getting it all
You proved my
confused, Hunter.
point. Don't you have a tank?
I don't have a tank,
You do have
Hunter.
a tank.
I don't have a tank.
We should
to
talk about how we
multiply.
met.
That is a good point. You should talk about it, Matt. So back my freshman year and his sophomore year, we were in an art class. We didn't talk at all till like almost the mid of the year or
I
the
think
mid.
it
Yeah,
was like
I think it
either
was like
November, December, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I was around there because this new game. I mean, it's already a new game, but this new season for the game came out for a game called Rainbow Six Siege, the huge game we played after that like crazy. But at the time, I was really bad at it, like extremely
Yeah,
bad,
he
probably
thought
like
he
the
was hot
lowest rank.
shit.
I no, no, no. I thought I was okay at the game, and then I realized I'm fucking ass. So there's a big difference to that. But
Yeah, so basically, what's weird is that with every friend, girlfriend, everything that I've ever had, they always walked up to me first, right? And with you, you're the only person I've ever done this to. Still don't understand why I did it, but I just walked up to you and I just started talking to you. And
and
I
then
find that so weird because
yeah,
I've never done that to anyone. That's just the complete opposite of my personality. But I like just hate like confronting people first. I guess. I mean, I don't mind it. I just don't do it. It's just not something I do. Not in my nature. But
yeah.
yeah, I heard you were talking about Siege, and then you were talking about Xbox, and I was like, yo, this kid looks cool. I want to be his friend. He plays on Siege. I play on Siege. I'm probably better than him. Let's go play.
You're like, dude, he has an Xbox. That's
Yeah,
kind of
because I
cool.
mean, honestly, the only person I really played with was Grady. Which, if you
Yeah,
guys know who Grady is, Omar and Grady used to hate each other. Like they were like Omar used to
yeah.
bully him, and then
Well,
now they're like best friends only because of me. All because of me.
well, Grady was if you went to our school and you knew if you knew each other, Grady was super cocky back in junior high. Extremely cocky from what he wore to what he played, the stuff he did. So at the time, you kind of like, how every kid the age would be. You may or may not say some stuff, but then after a while, I guess we just became friends. So now, Grady, by the way, he will be joining us on some of the episodes whenever he's open. He's also very busy, so he's our co-host for now. He may become a host later on, but for now, he'll be the co-host. But he will be joining us on some of these episodes. Maybe on the next one if he's down for it. But for now, consider there's just two hosts and it's a pod episode, it would just be me and Hunter for now. But Grady is a possible for three.
Yeah,
For
Omar.
now,
So I know
it's
you
just
have
us two.
some stories about school and like people thinking you were dead. So I think we should
Oh
talk about
yeah,
those.
there was back in junior high and in high school. It all started when I swapped over to Wiley whenever I left fifth grade because that I didn't want to go to another school. We went over to Wiley at the time, and I'm very shy at the time. I made very little friends, and the friends I
Should have seen
made
the way he looked.
didn't know they were the popular ones. So these kids like spread rumors like crazy. And when I think it was like eighth grade year, I left to Mexico I left to Mexico in December because we usually go in December to go visit family. And for some, okay, I see it in an extra week after break, and everybody was like, "Hey, yo, where's Omar?" And some kid, no clue why the fuck this kid is on mine. He goes, "Hey, no, no, Omar, he is dead." And I'm like, "What? What do you mean he's dead?" He goes like, "Yeah, he got shot in a cartel war." I was like, "What the fuck? What do you mean a cartel war?" He goes, "Yeah, he was he was gunned down, and then his parents were shot dead too." And then we're like, "What the fuck?" And then I headed back to school. Didn't know. I didn't know at the time. I didn't know any of this. So like, I headed back to school. Everybody's freaking out. Like, like what the fuck? Like, like they saw like ghosts or something. And Jagger comes up here. Me and Jagger, good friends. We still are. Jagger, shout out to you if you're end up listening to this. He's a freaking machine. Jagger, he goes, Omar is not fucking dead, dude. Y'all are dumbasses if you think he's dead. I come back, everybody's freaking out. I'm like, what happened? Jagger explains. He goes, hey, they all thought you were dead. I was like, who the fuck said that? And then my freshman year, they did the same fucking shit. And then they ended up swapping all my classes because the teachers and the fucking principals believed it. They were like, "Oh, sorry, it's just I thought that some students came up to me and told me that you passed away." I was like, "Who the fuck? Do you actually believe kids who could just come up to you and just tell you random shit?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, sorry,
He was probably
we're
like,
just
"Hey,
swapping
it's in
classes."
Mexico. Drive-by shootings are normal." He probably
Yeah,
died.
exactly. So she just goes, "Oh yeah, sorry. We'll just try to get you back in the classes that we pulled you out as." I was like, "What the fuck?" So like they pulled me out of every class at the time when I came back. Legitimately, I only had like three classes, and it was like PE, math, and English, and that's all I had.
Didn't you have art as
So
well? Weren't you in my art class freshman year, your freshman year too?
yeah, but
Okay.
I wasn't there the first day on
Oh
her
yeah, that was right. You
until
weren't
the
there the
second day.
first day.
Until the fucking second day, because a fucktard was like, "Oh yeah, Omar died," and the fucking school believed it. The school, they didn't even give a shit about calling us and making sure that it's right. It was like, "Oh yeah, we just believe this kid."
Yo,
So they
whoever you
fucking pulled
are,
me out of every single classes.
whoever you are, you're a
Whoever you are,
legend. You're a legend.
fuck you.
That's
But
like the
thank you for.
biggest prank ever.
Oh my fucking god, dude. By the way, Hunter, till this day, I have no clue who the fuck did that. No clue.
Make a
I
Facebook
think
group
I I
post.
think I have an idea, but I have no clue who did it.
Who do you think did it?
I'm not gonna call names.
Okay, well just say a name and then we can bleep it out.
I think it was in my class
Oh, okay.
or in my grade.
Summer,
And
you're 18 years old, right?
yeah,
And
Hunter, don't fucking be a little shit Hunter. Don't be a little shit Hunter.
hey,
Don't be
you
a
can
little shit
bleep it
Hunter. Don't
out.
be a
You
little
can bleep
shit
it out.
Hunter.
Hey,
Oh
we need
yeah,
length.
I am gonna do this.
Yeah. And Omar.
We do need bleeps. Yeah, you're right, Hunter. I
So
don't. So
why haven't you done that?
I've been lazy to get up. Been busy with
Okay.
work and stuff like that. So I haven't really had time. Like legitimately, all my summer, I've spent it working with my fucking dad. If Hunter, if you saw, I was in fucking Alabama, Mississippi, fucking Georgia, and then Tennessee, and then I went back down to Alabama, and then I went to Louisiana. I just went around the whole fucking down right portion like crazy,
The
just working
South.
my ass off. Yeah, down, down. I mean, we're trying to get to the south, but like down like the bottom right
You went to
portion,
the
you know?
deep South.
Exactly. Back to the
Mhm.
Florida areas of all the fucking weirdos down there.
Florida areas.
Dude, in Alabama, dude, there's a bunch of hillbillies, like tons of them.
Yeah,
Like
you didn't know that.
everybody there. I did know that, but now because like the bleachers they did there was like for like a 3A high school team. So
hmm
like the bleachers on the other side was like they were like concrete, and then the ones you're making are like aluminum. Fucking, they have like a fucking city council on it over there for some odd reason. Like population probably like 500 to 1,000. They have a city council,
Every
and
city has to have a city council.
this guy is like the no no, but this guy's like the most hillbilly fucking
Was he like fat in
counselor.
overalls with like
He was
beard?
like fat. He talked very hillbillyish, and then we, we were like making lots on the concrete, so we're able to like separate stuff and make
hmm
sure that every post goes there. He goes, "Oh yeah, y'all just plucking that like a banjo." I was like, "What the fuck? What do you mean you're plucking that like a banjo?" Because like we have like a little string on her,
hmm
and this string is full of chalk, and you pluck it pretty much, and it makes a line. And this line, you're pretty much able to make sure that it's straight, and like you're able to make accurate lines and not really like mess each other up, which is like a fucking ruler and type of shit. So we're using this line. This guy's like, "Hey, can I pluck it?" We're like, "Sure, go for it." So he grabs the line, plucks it like three times, fucks up our line. We're like, "What the fuck is?" We're like, "Oh my fucking god." We're like, "Yeah, dude, we're good, we're good." And by the way, Hunter, so we had to do this quick because it was about to rain, and that chalk and water
Yeah.
doesn't go very
Oh,
well. It
that.
kind of like washes away.
Yeah.
So we were hurrying our ass up, and these guys are fucking being in the middle of this shit. And we're like, hey, dude, can you like move away? They're like, yeah, sorry, sorry, sorry. They were still in the fucking way. And we're trying to finish this shit up so we can get it back to the hotel. And dead ass, we're just plucking away. And this guy's just like looking at us like, what the fuck? These guys are crazy, you know? We like on the first day, Hunter, we got a
hmm
lot of shit done. These guys were like freaking out. I was like, hey, I was expecting y'all to take 2 months on this job. I was like, there's no way in hell we're gonna take fucking 2 months. It's gonna take like a month max for this one. And then we got fucking we got sidetracked with some other jobs that the company wanted us to do because the workers there are too lazy to fucking work. And there was this there was other job in Mississippi, or no, in North Carolina. There was a job in North Carolina. The worker there, he said that he didn't want to work because he didn't have enough workers
Hmm.
and that it was too hot. I was like, what the fuck? What do you mean it's too hot? And guess how many workers he had on her? He had 6 workers, and he said that he didn't have enough workers.
How hot was
The
it there?
bleachers. What do you mean?
How hot was it there? You said it was too hot. How hot was it?
It was like 98, but it gets like humid, so it does feels
Okay.
pretty hot. But like it was raining like crazy over there. Like it rained every day
Huh.
in North Carolina. It was raining, so you got there dry, and then you came out freaking wet as shit. So we were all just finishing up the job. He left like like 3 ramps, even though he said that there's only 1 ramp to do. He left 3 ramps we had to fucking do. We
Dang.
also had to do part of the bleacher because he's like, oh yeah, no, the bleachers are done. The bleachers weren't fucking done at all.
People be like that though.
So we had to do that. It sidetracked us for like fucking 5 days, dude. And we're like, what the shit is that? And then we asked for more money. The 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 company was pissed off at the other guy. And then we got more money out of them because, they didn't fucking put what was actually there.
Hmm.
So we ended up wasting a week there. And then we went back to Alabama, did another job there, and then we had to do a little shack in Georgia that we forgot to do because the materials weren't there because people don't know how to fucking get there in time on it.
That's crazy.
They tell us, oh yeah, this shack is gonna be here on this day on this hour,
Uh
and
huh.
then all of a sudden we get there.
Just not
Oh
there.
yeah, sorry. Oh yeah, sorry. We need an extra 3 days because of traffic. I was like, what the fuck?
Dang.
Lazy bitches, dude. So we're just here working our ass off while the other guys were with 6 people on her. M- My crew was only a group of 4.
Hmm.
So, and we got that shit done faster than their group of fucking 10 because supposedly they need 10 workers for for this job. So we're like, oh my God, never mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a hard life to
Crazy
be a
summer.
definitely. That's how I spend my summer. What about you, Hunter? How was your summer?
I was all right. I was working, so
Exactly. The work life is real, huh?
yeah, pretty much.
I feel like nowadays that's all you gotta do now.
Being
You
an
just work,
adult,
work, work. Yeah, that is kind of true. We are young adults. I mean,
almost
you're about to be
20.
20, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
you're almost about to be 20. That's kind of crazy that time's fucking passing by. Cause I still remember whenever I was a freshman back in high school, and Mr. Cumby and Mr. Ritchie were like, "Oh yeah, your high school years are gonna go fast." I was like, "Nah, he's lying to you there. There's no ways they're gonna go that fast." And then fucking all of a sudden we like time skip, and then we're just at the very end, and we just
Yeah, high
graduated. And
school
we're like,
flew by
"What
really
the hell?"
fast, honestly. Same
Honestly, it
with the
really
time
did.
after high school. Like the past 2 years have gone by so
Oh
fast.
yeah, the past year has been zooming. I guess when you get to your 20s, time just flies.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're almost there, almost at legal drinking age, so it's gonna be pretty fun there, right, Hunter?
Yes,
Even though we don't
sir.
really, even though we don't really meet the requirements yet, but who cares unless the cops will look for you, right?
Yeah.
That's like the cop's motto. He's like, "You're able to do the illegal stuff, just don't get caught." I'm like, yeah,
I don't know if that's
sounds about right.
I don't know if that's their motto, but we can go with that.
That's the motto that a cop gave me, so
What
I'm
cop?
just saying.
What cop gave you that motto?
So back when I was like in 4th grade,
Uh
there
huh.
was these cops that came over to our place because they were looking for a guy that escaped, and there were these 2 police officers that came up to my old house, and they were like, "Hey, have you seen a guy, this type of car? I don't remember at all, but yeah, they got this type of car and stuff like that. At the time, on her, we bought guns like crazy, and we were just because like at the time they were super cheap, and we had the money for it, so we just bought guns that my dad liked. So then the guy there was like, "Oh yeah, nice firearms." He's like checking them out, and then and then he goes, "This gun looks illegal." He goes, "Why?" He goes, "Well, it's just it's too luxury for a guy of my caliber to hold." I was like, we're still trying to be polite and be like, yeah, but for that
Uh-huh.
question we're like not sure we should answer like yeah or like no, you're fine with that. So we go, no, you're good. Like that caliber is fine for you. He goes, well, if I had that on me, it would look illegal. But considering that no cop has found out about it, I'm fine to hold it. I was like, oh, yeah, sounds about right. So technically, from that day on, I've holded on to that motto of it ain't it ain't
Dude,
illegal
every
unless
time
they
you
make
say
your shit.
moto, it makes me think of Moto. Moto likes
Moto
you.
moto
Because it's not even Moto, more it's Motto.
it's motto. It's moto. It's moto.
It's not
Is it
Moto.
not?
No.
It's motto. Oh,
Yeah.
piece of shit. Thank you, Miss Kirby, for my grammar
You're
mistakes.
welcome. You're welcome.
Appreciate it. If you know who Miss Kirby is, shout out to Miss Kirby if
Miss
she
Curb
is.
Stomp.
Shout out if you're hearing this. She's an amazing teacher, but she's very strict with her grammar and punctuation and essay and stuff like that. So whenever we always correct each other, considering that most of us had her, we're like, oh yeah, thank you, Miss Kirby, because that's like
I don't say Miss Kirby. I say thank you, Miss Curb Stomp.
I say Miss Kirby, but sometimes Miss Curbstomp gets out of hand. But she's a very nice teacher, very good teacher. So I don't think she's gonna hear this, but if she does,
Do
oh
you
well,
were
my
you
bad.
there? You remember Isaiah, right?
Saunders,
Yeah.
big boy, is, yeah, I
Yeah.
do.
So at one point whenever cuz he had the class right after me, right?
Yeah.
One point he stole her one of her stuffed animals and fucked it, and then someone snitched on
What?
him. Someone snitched on him, and then he had to give it back to her.
What the
He had it like
fucking
all year.
what the fuck?
I can't remember
So
who snitched on him, but someone snitched
he
on him. We all
fucking
kept it a
rat.
secret,
But either
and then
way,
someone ratted on him.
oh my god. But either way, though, it's. Do you tell
It's
me
hilarious.
he just gave it back like nothing? He's like, yeah, here you
Yeah,
go.
pretty much.
I remember that you told me that he stole like calculators and pencil
Oh, yeah, he
sharpeners
did.
and
He stole everything.
what do you call it, staplers. He was just stealing stuff, and then all of a sudden at the very end of the year he just gave it all back.
Yeah, no, it just I think it just magically started showing back up in her classroom.
If Kirby's
He just
freaking
bring like
out.
an item back a day for like the last months of school.
Yeah, cause I had her the next year, and then she's like she's very strict about her supplies. We're like, why is she so strict about it,
'Cause he's
And then you tell us that, like, mid-year of that, I'm like, oh, that explains why she's like, hey, if the stapler isn't here at my desk before y'all leave, I'm dead ass not gonna let y'all leave the room until the stapler gets back. I was like, oh, I didn't know
she
she was
was she
very
was a
strict
teacher
with
that said
supplies.
the bell doesn't dismiss you, I do.
Yeah. Was she the one that made one of our classmates cry? Because
I think so.
I may have to bleep the name out because it's kind of
Just bleep
I
it out.
feel like
Bleep it
I,
out.
f- I feel like I feel like people who were there, know it, but he made our friend during
Oh yeah, she did.
the ag.
Do you remember Miss Wilhite?
Yeah, she's freaking
Bro,
annoying. She hated me.
she hated me and Grady, bro.
Oh, she hated me.
She put me and Grady on opposite sides of the classroom, and then like we would turn in our assignments at like the same time, and
Uh,
it'd be like 5 minutes after class started, and she's like, I
yeah.
didn't even explain the assignment, and we'd be like, well, it was up on the board, so we kind of just did it, and then she was like, you guys did not do that in 5 minutes. She looks at it and she goes, oh, okay, maybe you guys
Oh,
did, and we're like, okay, we'll play,
maybe.
and we just look at her with the cockiest attitude ever. We just go, okay, we'll stick to our cool math games. So we just play cool math games for like 15 minutes.
Dude, I had her back in
Bro,
world
actually,
geography.
she's the one who was there when Grady's card got declined. She called
Oh
him
yeah.
poor and she called him pretentious.
Dude, what? Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, I know Ms. Woolhead because I had her before you did on her back my sophomore year.
Hmm.
It was sophomore junior year. I don't remember correctly, but it's back when I had world geography for senior now. I had her at the very end of my second semester for that class. Mr. or Senior Dow came up to our class like a week beforehand. He was like, "Hey, for the next semester, I'm not gonna teach much." We're like, "Why?" You know, we're like, "What's going on?" He said, "Well, there's gonna be this new student teacher that's gonna take the the next of my semester. So you pretty much you pretty much be following her directions, and she's gonna be teaching you." We're like, "All right, that's fine." And she came in, all right, Miss Woolheit, very I guess intimidating lady to say the least. She hated my class. She always said whenever she walked in that this class is the worst part of her day on her. So we're like, ah,
I think that's a
I'm
compliment,
glad to,
honestly.
and being honest, I was like, oh, I'm very glad.
I'm flattered,
I'm,
thank you.
I'm very flattered. That class was stacked with kids, dude. We had like, who was there? It was like me, Daniel, Romans. I mean, no, yeah, me, Daniel, Josh Laram, uh, Jackson Watts was in there too. Constantine Sindimo was in there too. Shaden Payne. If you know Shaden, just in any class, he messes around the class like crazy. So that little group was like, oh yeah, and Bryson DeLay, he was also there, and I guess she put us in like boys and girls section, you know, like the girls sit over there, the boys sit over there.
Hmm.
So so like on our side, we were all just together, but I guess you didn't know that we were all pretty much friends, and we messed around like crazy in that class. We would just like we would just fuck around. I guess like we were like poured coke on people, like punch apples, and then like the next day the teachers were like,
You say
"Why was there
punch
apples?"
apples?
Yeah, somebody brought an apple. I'm not quite remember this, but somebody brought an apple, and we go, "Hey, do you want to see how hard I can punch this apple?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, go for it." He punches it, smashes it in two the first punch, and like everything's on the floor like smashed, and we
You just
just
act
kick it to
like
the
nothing
hallway.
happened.
Yeah, we're we're all like freaking out there. Ms. Woolheit's like looking at us like they're like, boys, what do y'all do now? You know, like really mean at us, and we're like nothing, nothing. And he quickly picks up the apple, you know, pretends to take a butt, you know, and he just throws it away. The next day, bunch of flies around that area, huh? And the senior dad was like, "Hey, who just who just like smashed an apple and left all the freaking carcass on the floor?" And we're like, we were like, it wasn't us, you know, trying to say. He goes, "All right, that's fine. I could care less anymore." And we had this uh, we had this presentation, you know, in our class. And Ms. Woolhide knows that during presentations we get kind of out of hand
Hmm.
because we like having fun. Ms. Woolhide doesn't let us have fun at all. So there's this presentation was either like a story about you or or you're gonna give an impersonation of you being Steve Irwin, rest in peace, the legend. But I personally, I'm not very good at impressions. I'm very bad at accents also. So he's like, you know what? I'll give a full story of my life. Everybody was expecting, you know, the Mexican the Mexican cartel stories, you know. I'm like, I don't have any of those because I'm not in the cartel,
You are in the
you
cartel,
know.
though.
I'm not in the fucking cartel.
Speaking of things that are crazy, like you being in the cartel,
I'm not in the cartel.
you know what's weird?
What?
All of like my classmates that I graduated, not all of them, but like quite a few of them are having kids.
Yeah,
Like you're 18 and
like
19 and you're having
sh-
kids. That's crazy. There's a
didn't
bunch of
Hunter
people. I
Sparks,
couldn't even name them all. Yeah, they just had
Hunter
a girl.
Sparks and Piper, congrats to y'all's little gorgeous girl, and good luck on being parents. So that's kind of crazy to think about it, being parents at 18, 19.
There's like four
But I
more
mean,
people I know, but yeah, it's crazy.
but to those people that we've known throughout the years and we're still friends too, congrats and good luck with y'all's maturing to that age of parents. So,
Yeah, so Omar, how much in Mexico did your dad control?
the fuck are you talking about?
Well, we all know you're in the
We
cartel.
don't
We
know.
all know he's in
No,
the
we're
cartel.
not.
So which cartel is he the leader of?
We're not in the cartel.
I know. With you only go there once a month.
But
You
I
guys
will
get into some
say,
shady stuff there. Let me
okay.
just say.
Well, I will give you an interesting story about the cartel though, or
So
sort
you
of
are in
about
the
the
cartel.
cartel. We're not. I'm not the cartel though, but my uncle sort of was. So I guess I'll explain it. By the way, it's on Google if y'all are like, oh yeah,
Your story of your uncle
I'm
is on Google.
yeah,
Okay.
like if he's interested in it. But I'll give like a brief little summary. Supposedly, my
I'm gonna
uncle
look
he
this
used
up
to
to
work.
confirm it. One
That's
sec.
fine.
One sec. What is it? What is it?
It was fuck's his name? Holy shit, I forgot his
You
name.
don't know your uncle's name?
No, I haven't talked to him in years. That's what I'm saying. He's
Damn. You don't know your uncle's name.
well he's from my dad's part of the family, so I don't really talk to my dad's part much. They're all kind of like they're funny, but they're assholes at the same time, you know.
Mm.
So
So they're on the
they're not
cartel like
really
your dad.
they're not the cartel.
Oh.
What do y'all? Oh my god. Oh yeah, funny story. Shout out to Jack Knowles. We were on my graduation day. I was talking to there, and Jack Knowles came up, and like I saw my family on the top thing, of
Uh-huh.
where we graduated at, and he goes, my dad at the time, like he looked like a
Narco.
like yeah, like gold jewelry, fucking 5 rings on each hand, like fucking stacked. And I was like, shit, because the question's gonna come up. The question was like, hey, is your dad the cartel?
Yes.
I was like, no. And Jack says, your dad looks like he's a freaking narco. I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, did you not see him, dude? He's freaking jacked, like with bling. He probably has like 100K worth of gold just on his body. I was just laughing. And I go, why do y'all keep believing that? I was like, they were like, just look at him. He just looks like one. I was like, well, he's not. So, so yeah, just so y'all know, because y'all keep saying that. Oh, Hunter, I remembered his name. Search up Fidel Alonso. It's Fidel, and then Alonso, pretty much. Search that up. Oh no,
Is that
actually,
him?
I think it's I no, I think it's Ceballos. But Fidel Alonso Ceballos, Ceballos.
Wait, what is it? Oh, this one?
Gosh, yeah, should be that.
That your
Yeah,
uncle?
that guy. That is my
That's your
uncle right here.
that's your uncle?
Yes, that's my uncle right there.
Actually, you do look like him.
That's my uncle right there. He was at the time. So, okay, so look at the picture to right on her. To to the right of that.
That lady?
Yeah, there's the whole story right there. She, Hunter,
Okay, I'll read that later.
she was running the prison where the lady of the South was at. So that girl, she's the lady of the South, pretty much.
Okay. Who's
Oh,
that?
really? She's the lady of the South. Okay. At the time, my uncle, she had like this we call them like friends of benefits type of shit with the lady with the one owning the prison, which is the lady over there. Do you see her?
1 second, Omar.
Go for it. With the lady owning the prison, pretty much. What the fuck? Hunter, don't fucking pull him uncle, dude. That's fucking
Yeah, your
weird.
uncle looks like E.T.
He does not, Hunter. What type of shit is that?
All right, continue your story.
Okay, Hunter. So do you know that picture that you saw over there
Yes.
with the lady and
Yes.
he's like overweight at the time?
Uh-huh.
He was having like a relationship with her, and at the time she was the owner of the prison. So you know what that means, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's able to do anything with the prison himself because he has pretty much control over it. At the time, the lady of the South was kept there, you know. So then they, if I remember correctly, the lady of the South and him developed the trust, and then he ended up leaving with the lady of the South to Florida, and they became a bond with the lady of the South. At the time, lady of the South, like strongest woman possible, because she had like all the power. So at the time, he had a relationship with her too, and then they get caught in Florida.
Nice. So did your uncle go
So
to jail too?
think so. I'm not sure if you did his time or if you bailed out, but I think he got bailed out of the other lady from the prison because
No.
bunch of
He's on
money.
a love triangle.
Exactly. So my
Bro.
uncle, fair play to you. Fucking Jesus Christ.
If you
But
listen to
yeah,
this, you look like ET.
he does not look like ET, and I hope he does listen to this because holy shit. But I haven't talked to him in years. He's very funny, like extremely funny. So he always jokes around and messes up with look like that. I think last time I met him, I think I brought him like a Yeti because he's like, hey, whenever you head to the U.S., bring me a Yeti. I was like, yeah, sure, I got you. So I brought him a Yeti. So do you have any cool stories in there like that?
Not like the
Kind of
top of
wild.
my head. I mean,
Oh, Hunter,
I probably do, but just can't think of the top of
were
my head.
were you? Do you remember like back like last year, this guy at the base where he like what was it? He like broke out the base
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I know you're talking
yeah,
about because
there were
my
choppers.
dad is since he's a cop.
Yeah,
He was off, but he had the radio. He was just we were all just sitting out on our back porch, and he just had the radio sitting right there, and we were all just listening to it.
and guess where the fucker came to,
He
Hunter?
came to like your backyard,
Yeah, to my fucking property on the backyard. We're like, what the fuck?
and I was sitting
He came out
outside.
of
I was sitting outside, and I was texting you about it, and then my dad was like, "Isn't that Omar's house?" And I was like, yeah, that is
yeah.
Omar's house."
I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Okay, so where I live, Hunter, everything spreads like wildfire here. They see an alert, everybody starts checking each other. Crazy. So like everybody out here, considering
Neighborhood
that
watch.
we're all like country people. Everybody out here was like with a gun, with their AR-15. My dad was out there for like 6 hours, and he goes, "If I see that guy, dude, I'm gonna shoot him." I'm not sure if he had like the urge to shoot somebody because he's always wanted to shoot someone. But he goes, if he goes around here, I'm dead ass gonna just gun him
Yeah,
down.
no,
I'm
he's
like,
always
yo,
wanted to shoot
relax.
someone because he's in the cartel and he has all the
I'm like,
sicarios do it for him.
I'm like, I'm like, yo, relax. And he goes, nah, I could care less. But I think he got caught, right? Like the next day.
Yeah, no, he got caught like the next day or the day after.
Yeah, because he was just kind of like running through. So,
Running through a bunch
but
of
like
wood. Well, no, he was
whenever it
running through
happened,
the woods because the state troopers had a helicopter following him.
yeah, the helicopter was over my fucking house for like 2 hours, dude. I'm like, go away, dude. She was loud as fuck.
You
We're like,
think
what the
that's loud
fuck's
as fuck,
happening?
bro? Live in DC on JBab, right across from the airport, bro. There was planes flying like 400 feet above my house every single day, every hour. So
Dude,
annoying.
I used to live close to the base. I'm not sure if you ever went to my old
I
house.
did. I was there
You
like
have? Yeah.
once or twice.
Planes flew there because the base is like
Yeah,
legitimately
yeah, yeah.
right behind it. Planes flew all the time. Like every like hour or so, there was like at least 2 to 3 planes passing by, and you just heard it every single time.
Yeah, now imagine
It's,
that, but like 4 times lower. So much louder. It
yeah,
was horrible.
it was bad. I definitely get what you mean. But to all those people who are serving and veterans out there, thank you for your service. Hunter, you're almost about to serve your time
I'm
too.
enlisted. I mean,
You are about to serve your time too. So you know
yeah.
when Grady was saying like a while back
Yeah,
years like
Grady always
Judy.
said he was gonna kill himself if I ever joined.
Yeah, like, yeah. If you ever go to the military or to any type in the Air Force or like any type of that, I'm legitimately gonna kill myself.
You know, my dad got mad at me whenever I was joining at first, which doesn't
Mm.
make any sense because like I've had people in the military ever since like before World War I.
Yeah.
Like every person.
So I guess it's like
Either
you
an
just
accountant in
wanted
my
to do
family,
it.
you're either an accountant or you're in the military. In your family, you're either in the cartel or you're not. So
Not at all, Hunter. Not at all. From my from my dad's side of the family, they were all farmers. Same with my mom's side of the family. They were all usually farmers or people who work on like making saddles stuff like that. What do you call 'em, like tailors, I guess?
no, tailors are for
What
like clothes, I think.
what are they like
I don't know.
leathersmiths?
Probably other
The,
workers.
yeah, exactly. People who work on leathers like make belts or make saddles or make like phone
Yeah,
cases,
leather
for
workers.
yeah, pretty much people like that. And that's what my grandpa from my mom's side did. Like he's famous over there for his
Nice.
work with the leather. So
His work with the leather.
I don't know. It's kind of funny because most rich ranchers over there, they still have his work. Like I think
Nice.
I came across one of them because we went to this rodeo, and he actually recognized my uncle because my uncle is like he's a leathersmith, but he's also a vet. So he got recognized. He was a vet, and then he also, he also produces those things.
Mhm.
So my uncle was like freaking out. We're like, my mom didn't realize that for his belt, that was actually one of my grandpa's works right there.
Nice.
We're like, what? My mom was like freaking out, trying to buy his belt, and he like I was like not budging. And like,
That's
no, no,
funny.
no, sorry.
That's kind of cool
This
though.
is it is very cool, but it's kind of embarrassing, but at the same time, it's very cool.
I think we should leave it at that.
So yeah, we'll say goodbye. It has been a pleasure to talk to y'all for the first episode ever on this 2 for 1 podcast where we have two hosts on the same podcast. I've been your host, Omar, my other host, Hunter.
Hi. Hello. And goodbye.
All right, goodbye once again. Talk to y'all later.